I'm finding that there are a lot of people, leaders, various position levels, but people who are supervising in any capacity. There's this understanding that they have a role to do their own work and a role to be supportive and whatever that looks like for staff. But I think that figuring out what that looks like is bringing up a common theme that I see where I hear a lot. I'm not a therapist. Like, I shouldn't be doing this stuff with my staff. It's too much. And it's one of those things where it feels so simple to me. It's like, I'm not saying be a therapist. It's not what we're saying. But also, there's a part of what you're describing, what we're talking about, that is very different than how people are used to leading, very different than the topics that we talk about, the things that we engage our staff in conversations around. I'm wondering what your thoughts are on the person or people who feel like, is this really my job to be doing this much work with staff?
If you are in a position of leadership, it is absolutely your job to be doing this. It is your job to ensure that the way in which you are leading and collaborating and operating is promoting visibility, inclusion, equity, respect. This is how we retain people. This is how we continue to be innovative by making sure we are attracting diverse perspectives and experiences in relation to the profession and our roles. And so if we run this back like 10, 15 years ago, right? Just go back. There was a lot of talk around you show value to your staff by giving them bonuses, right?
Mm.
Giving them an extra day off or a half a day, which are all great things and are things that are very helpful for folks.
Yeah.
Let's take that same track. Why would you do that? To show value, to show respect, that you see them, that you appreciate the work that you're doing, that they're doing. Let's come back to 2023. The reason why you need to do this is because of the same reasons why you thought, let's do this. Let's have picnics to bring people together or whatever companies are doing, like barbecues and things like that, right? The same thing. You're trying to improve morale. You're trying to improve connections and relationship. If there is no relationship, there is not going to be work done. If
Mhm.
you don't see who people are in relation to the work, and when I say see people, that means who are they intersectionally? Who are they as it relates to race, gender, sexual orientation, et cetera, whenever they're comfortable disclosing and sharing. And no, you're not asking them, tell me what it's like to be you, or tell me all your identities.
Right.
What you are doing is recognizing that folks have a different lens and experience based on those intersectional identities and how they experience privilege or marginalization in relation to the work. So let me use myself for an example. I remember I was working at a community-based mental health agency. I was the only Black male therapist on staff, and we were providing clinical services in South LA. And my white clinical supervisor said to all of us in group supervision, there were about maybe 9 of us in supervision, and she says, when you go out to the community, make sure you put your badges away. Don't let people see that you have a badge. And I remember thinking to myself, I can't do that. I can't put my badge away. If I put my badge away and go into the community, then something's going to happen to me by like law enforcement. They're going to question me being here, or people are going to assume things about me. Like I just remember just doing this really fast mental Rolodex. And I remember after I left that supervision, I didn't say anything, but I was like, I'd be damned if I put my badge away. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna tape it on my forehead, right?
You said, no, thanks.
So here's the so what for folks.
Yeah.
My supervisor didn't recognize that based on who I was intersectionally, that I could have a different experience in the community versus wearing and not wearing my badge. That wasn't a part of the conversation. So had she said, here's something I've done, but I recognize I probably can do this because I'm a white woman who's provides services, da 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 da. So people are already going to assume when I go into a predominantly Black and brown community that I'm not from here and I'm going to get X, Y, and Z treatment.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I'm wondering,
Mm.
based on
Mm,
other people's experiences, based on who you are as a therapist and your
yeah.
identities, how might you navigate bop, 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 bop in the community in your badge? And what do you all like? Make it a discussion, right? Don't do
Yeah.
therapy with me, but recognize that because of who we are and we are different, that I have a different work experience than you. And that's the piece that I want
Yeah.
to stress to folks is that we're not asking about people to tell me about their life experiences, tell me about your identities. No, we're recognizing that people have different experiences in relation to the work and position that they hold based on who they are. And people respond to people differently based on those identities. And that's the piece that's the difference. And this is why it's important for people to have this lens and walk the walk.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.